So my second question is to do with communication with God, particularly through worship. I have attended worship in the mosque and read something about it, and it seems to be that I might be wrong, but that the same thing happens day after day after day, and that's intentional, of course. In churches, things change from day to day, from week to week, but the basis is there, but the details change. My own idea is that it is an entirely personal thing, and one communes with God on a personal basis, although sometimes collectively with other people. I'd be interested to know how, when you are going through a fixed form of worship, you are able at the same time to communicate with God.
No one is able to communicate with God. God is able to communicate with people He deems fit. And this is a very perplexing problem on which I have spoken for more than 50 hours or so in my sermons, trying to explain all the delicate dividing lines between a man truly in communion with God and not truly in communion with God while he thinks he is. The criterion is very simple. It never fails. If God has chosen any of His servants for His communion, that servant of His must show divine signs in his character and must notice them himself. He must realize that he is getting closer to God, and at every step he gets closer to God, he has to shed some evil in him, some wrong value, and drop it on the path. While when he proceeds further, he will be less burdened with worldly things, because at every step he has to shed off something. And this is a conscious effort, and a knowledge of what is happening is possessed far more than the person himself than anybody else. This is the true criterion by which you can judge yourself, but also in the same process the world around seems to judge him in a manner that is a complement to his own subjective judgment. Objectively, the people around him notice that something is changing in him. Some evils are being dropped, and every day, if not every day, for every period of time, he is changing. And changing in a direction which I have explained before, away from the society towards God, but at the same time he is changing in the direction of society as well. It's never a path away from the society. It's always, whenever he communes with God in the right sense, he must return to the society as a reformed person. And he should be kinder to the society, more tolerant to the society, but not tolerant to the ills. He should be kind to the sinner, but not to the sin. This is what divides a truly godly person from that who is not. So any subjective experience by which man thinks that he is closer to God, he has received revelation and things, if not subject to these two conditions, is just imagination. Such imaginations are found everywhere in every religion. when it comes to that change which I have referred to, two-way change, which the man should know himself and the society should also support that this is true, then of course he is in communion. Otherwise he could not have manifested this fantastic revolution in himself.